Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay. If this is your first time checking out the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're always happy to have a new listener, a new watcher, really a mix of everything. Wherever you guys are, enjoying our content, we're always thankful to have someone checking us out. Make sure you guys give us a follow on all the social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod for everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. And make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. The YouTube community is growing. We're very happy with, the growth and everybody who's supporting us. If you guys want to check us out on there, it's going to be Who Are You podcast, and you guys will be able to find us on there. And you guys see who I'm sitting with today, sitting down with the wifey.
Hello. Back again.
Yes, I got the wifey on. I'm sure you guys can hear it in my voice. I probably sound a little off. Definitely feeling it. A little sick today. So trying to survive it out.
Even here in Florida, it gets cold and we get, those wintertime sicknesses that happens.
Yeah, your boy is feeling it today. So maybe a little bit of a shorter episode today, but, we want to make sure we can still put something out there, give you guys an update on everything that's going on. Yeah, yesterday I was feeling all right. I woke up with a little bit of a headache, and then me and my friends, you guys know Nolan, TJ, Trent, and everybody, we decided to go out golfing yesterday, and it was just pure cold the whole time, just bone-chilling cold. It was
what, 44 degrees?
It was in the 30s, 40s, somewhere in between there, and then it was just windy. There was no sun out the whole time, so it was 4 hours of us just freezing our absolute asses off out there.
Even with 3 layers, because I remember you left the house with a normal golf shirt, a long-sleeve golf shirt, and a sweatshirt over top.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would not be caught out there in this cold weather right now.
Yeah, it was definitely chilly. Ended up coming home yesterday, took a nap, woke up from the nap, and just been feeling a little rough. I'm doing better today. Thankfully, I was able to sleep some of it off, but today is still trying to get it together, but nothing too bad. Just trying to make it through. Sounding a little stuffy.
Exactly, but it happens. It's cold right now. Like I said, even here in Florida, it gets freezing, degrees. I even saw a video, actually, I think it was yesterday, where someone was talking about how Florida actually has the worst winters because our air is so humid, even in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the air is ice right now, even without the snow and everything,
Yeah, I learned about that in my HVAC stuff, since I'm taking HVAC classes now with my job. And apparently humidity is what makes you actually feel if it's super cold. So if it's super humid in your apartment or your house or something, and you have the air conditioning on, you'll feel it feels colder than what it would be outside.
Right. And then even with outside, if it's humid and the wind blows, the videos, that's what it feels like, it's cutting your skin.
Yeah, literally, it just felt like it was cutting through. I was me and the boys yesterday were like, holy shit, it was so freaking cold. We were so excited to get back in the car. I literally had my hands against the freaking against the
heater,
not the heater, but the vent in the car. I'm sitting there freezing my hand or warming up my hands because I couldn't feel them. It was tough.
I hate this type of weather. That's why I moved from Ohio. But with that humidity that we don't have in Ohio, it's still tough.
But you also know me, I've knock on wood, I'm pretty good about getting sick. You know what I mean?
You are.
Usually it's it's usually one time a year it gets me real good where I'm actually down for the count. You see me get up. If I get sick, I'll throw up or something like that and then go to work. But I'm glad this happened over the weekend and not during the work week. That would have freaking sucked.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I think you're starting to get over it a little,
I'm surviving.
Get through it and...
Thriving, surviving, whatever you want to call it.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Speaking of golfing, you were actually able to go golfing for the first time, a week or two ago now?
Yes, I was so happy. I did get to go golfing. We did a scramble, so... but I, took it easy. Wasn't trying to go too crazy the first time back, and
I think you were hitting the ball pretty good for being your first time back. You were driving the ball pretty well and doing your thing, so I thought that was nice to see.
I was very happy that I didn't have any really tough hits out at the ground, because sometimes I'd chunk it really bad, and I was very thankful that didn't happen.
We survived. You survived. But yeah, besides that, fantasy football update for you guys. You remember how we had Todd on when we called the commissioner a couple weeks back?
Yes, when we had Nolan on.
So the trophy is officially coming back to Jacksonville. Woo! Shout out to Seth. He ended up winning. We were all, the gentleman who we were talking about, Tog Boy, is also my uncle. It's Uncle Bill. And he was the one we were talking about whenever we called Todd, and we were talking about the score change and all that stuff. But Seth ended up pulling it out for us, and that trophy is officially going to be coming back to Jacksonville very soon. So
everyone was very, very happy. I think we almost knew, but no one wanted to assume, because I think it was a 20-point difference originally when he had 2 players left to play. And so it was down to the last bit, I think.
But you know how it works with fantasy football. Sometimes the players who you think are going to get 20, 30 points end up with 5, and you just want to throw your phone. You're just like, what the fuck? Why is this not working?
So I think that everyone was holding their breath a little bit, but everyone's very happy it's coming back. I'm sure Uncle Bill and Kristen aren't, but
yeah, I'm sure they're not the biggest fans of that. But, you know, it's a part of the season and everything, and, you know, we ended up winning. So shout out, Seth. Thank you for bringing that back and, you know, helping us Jacksonvillians getting it figured out.
Way to go, Seth.
You did it. You did it.
You did it.
Shout out, Seth. Shout out, Seth.
Yes, but now we just got to focus on who's looking right, see what the draft looks like, and see what next year brings.
See what 2025 brings.
Yeah, but we'll have our end of the year fantasy football party this next coming week.
Be a good time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to say 2025 now, too. We're in the new year. Is this our first one of the new year? No, that's not true. I think last week's one was the first one of the new year.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's crazy to think we're in 2025. We've been doing this, we've been doing the podcast since 2023, 2022, something like that?
I think it was 2022. No. So coming up on March, I think.
It's crazy to think. Yeah, say March is our 3-year anniversary, if I remember correctly. It's like March 12th or something like that.
So exciting.
It's crazy to think. A lot of things have changed in those 3 years. We actually have a studio set up now. You know, we've been building it out and adding all kinds of cool people. You know, shout out to everybody who was a guest of the podcast over this past year. You know, everybody was awesome. Got to meet a bunch of cool people and get involved a little bit more with our community.
Yeah, 2024, I think we, you know, did a lot of stuff because we built up the whole studio almost in this past year, you know, putting the panels on the wall, getting the shelf.
Well, we started YouTube as well.
Yeah, so, you know, 2025, hopefully it's just more and more, we grow and keep getting better and keep integrating more stuff. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, the goal for this year is I would like to get a website, and then also I would like to start doing the merchandise I've been talking about for years. I just need to get off my dead ass and get moving on it.
It's expensive though, and you know, we got busy lives outside of it as too, so
yeah, but that's hopefully this new job that I'm working at, you know, make a little bit more extra money, be able to throw a little bit more money into the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Add some more cool things to it, and, you know, maybe add a couple other camera setups and a mix of other stuff, you know.
Lots of ideas floating around. We just got to figure out times and spacing, you know.
Of course, yeah.
So, but yes, definitely. That would be great. I want to rock a cool Who Are You sweatshirt or something. So
Who Are You sweatshirt. I want to get some like half zips made, or even some like some jackets. I think that'd be cool. T-shirts, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe hitting up one of our old podcast guests to have him make some of the brand sheets and everything as well, so they can be cool. Who Are You? You know, different kinds of logos rather than just the normal one. But you know, the OG one always hits. I think everybody's aware of. If you see that one, you know, it's usually me. So.
Yeah. I think it'll be really good. And then we've had so many creative guests on the podcast in the past years that we've been doing this. So there's so many people who can just, you know, digital artwork, actual artwork, everything. Things I would have no idea how to do in a million years.
I watch some of these guys do their stuff, and, you know, like, shout out to How's It Creates, like watching him do his like AI work or, you know, his digital artwork and stuff. It's crazy to see what these guys can do. And, you know, some of it's like free-handed, some of it's like where he, like I was saying, like AI helps, you know, kind of get the creative juices flowing. It's crazy to see what people are able to do in today's world. You know, think about this 20 years ago, people would never have been able to think of like AI wasn't in the zeitgeist 20 years ago.
No way. Absolutely not. And obviously, over these past few years, it's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So now it's like, it plays a big part in a lot of things.
Well, I mean, just think about it. Like, imagine when we were in college, you know, like that wasn't even that long ago. And like, we didn't have that kind of stuff. We couldn't go into ChatGPT and tell it to write a paper for us, or,
no,
you know,
I think
like
that
some
was
people
at the very end of, you know, our college career is starting to be growing.
We're getting old. This is what it sounds like now.
That is what it sounds like.
Speaking of getting older, your birthday's next week as well. You'll be turning, what, 27?
Yes, I will be the big 27, closer to my 30s than I am my 20s now. So I
think that's what 26 is, though.
Well, yes, but it's that's barely over the hump. So yeah, now I'm getting closer. But Saturday will be the big day.
Yeah.
The day of my birth. Woohoo.
Shannon will be the big 27, and then next month I'll be big 26. I'll be turning 26.
Yes.
Officially, we'll be past the dates of my, you know, me being closer to my 20s than my 30s now.
Exactly. Yep. We're both getting older. Things are, you know, our lives are becoming more and more set of what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we're even talking about looking at houses now, which is kind of crazy.
About looking at houses. I'm so excited.
It's kind of wild to think me and you may be able to actually have a nice little house and have a different kind of space than what we're sitting in now. You know?
I definitely was. Obviously we have a lot more talking and financial looking to do because we just started talking about the possibility of looking at houses, and I always jump the gun. I like to make lists, so I've been looking at houses on Zillow. I'm like, oh, look at this. This is cute. Obviously we want to stay on this side of town, but we have a lot to look at. I'm excited.
So hopefully 2025 is the year of us, upgrading our lives a little bit and get our first home, actual like something that we own, which would be kind of cool,
Yeah. Definitely.
It's crazy to think that's a possibility now. Things have changed a lot over this past year.
They definitely have, and hopefully it just keeps changing in this next coming year,
Hey.
Growing.
Knock on wood. Things are going good. You know what I mean? Can't complain too much. Like I say, thankful for, the opportunities that we've been getting and, growing just in our lives in general, which is kind of crazy to think, I remember when we were first started this, we were I was 22-ish, 23-ish, probably around 22, 23. And, we were in one of our very first apartments where it was just me and you, which is kind of crazy to think, where we finally didn't have roommates and everything. We finally got to the point where we were able to establish ourselves and afford just to be us.
Yeah. It is crazy to think back to those days. Like, that was our very first apartment alone.
Yeah. I say we lived in multiple apartments where we had to have roommates financially because we couldn't afford to not have roommates.
Right. Yeah.
And I also think it took, that whole situation with the people moving out, took that happening for us to really take a look at it and be like, okay, we can see what we can afford, pay attention to our finances a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. It made us obviously throughout the year, you have the years of growing up, you have these big moments in your life that make you really stop and you're like, okay, now we need to figure this out.
Yep.
So that was definitely one of those moments, and we made it work, and now look at us. We're thriving and talking about getting a house.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Life's kind of crazy right now. All kinds of stuff's been changing, even now, your friends all have kids, which is kind of crazy to think about. Shout out to Jillian and shout out to Jay.
That is true. And Haley's next, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, which is very crazy to think about, just friends, having children, reproducing, and, that's something that's not too far away from our future as well, which would be crazy to think about. So
yeah, we've been talking to your mom, and she's just like, oh my gosh. I think she's so, ready for it now, I think. So.
Yeah, I think she's kind of gotten to the point now where she's, we're adults now.
Yep.
When we go to our parents' house, obviously we still we still ask for advice and other things, but they're seeing us grow and making things happen. It's not just us getting by anymore. We're able to do some other things. So it's good. I'm proud of us.
But we do have a couple years. House first. We'll focus on that one step at a time.
Get the house first. Me and Shannon live in a one bed right now, and it's a decent sized one bedroom, but we want to make sure we have enough space for the kiddo and let them be able to have their own room and, a backyard they can go run around playing and all that stuff and not...
And obviously, we would like to, if possible, have, extra room for the podcast studio and, just have everything separate, where we won't have our living room basically overflowing into the studio.
Yeah. I think it's funny every time someone comes on the podcast, they're like, oh, it's crazy to see how you make the room work. I'm like, I know, right? And they say a lot of people think it's just a huge space that we built up and everything, and little do they know it's just our dining room.
Right. And then honestly, once the cameras and the lights are off and the guests are gone, it's Copper's toys all come in this room, and then it's just crazy. But
it's funny how that stuff works.
It is funny, but it, it's fun.
Yeah, I think the podcast has turned into a lot of fun, to be honest with you. The only thing that's hard is just making sure we have a guest every single week, but we're getting there. We get better at it. It's just some weeks it's not possible, and that's when we sit down and do our thing.
Yeah.
The show must go on, as they say.
Exactly. And honestly, I was thinking that whenever how sick you were yesterday, and I was like, well, if I have to run the podcast, I can. I don't necessarily know how to work the camera. I know how to turn the lights on, and I know how to turn the board on and everything. But I was like, the show must go on if it must. But
you're good. To be honest, I've never even sat down and just did a podcast by myself. I couldn't imagine, like, there's some podcasters like Theo Vaughn and a couple other bigger, shows out there. I can sit there and just talk for 45 minutes or an hour. I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I'd run out of ideas of what I need to talk about after, a little bit.
100%. And you know me, like, obviously I'm not as big of a talker as you are. And I was just thinking, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could like look up comments and things that people have left on the videos, and I'll just do like an interactive video. But so we'll save that for another time.
That's also another thing I've been thinking about, is starting like a Discord channel.
Yeah.
So people can like message me and
Interact.
be interactive on the show.
Makes sense.
I think that'd be kind of cool because, we don't do live podcasts, just more protection for the people that are on the show and all that stuff, just in case they feel like they said something crazy.
Of course.
Don't want anybody feeling too worried about that kind of stuff,
Yeah. I mean, we warn everyone anyway ahead of the time that we don't really do much editing, so be mindful of that when you're talking, but I think we've only had like a couple, not even a handful of occasions where people are like, hey, actually, like, didn't mean to say that. Can you? So.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes you say something off the cuff and you're like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean?
But that might, honestly, maybe we just have to have like a little extra segment, whether we start doing like our Sunday hangouts and live or something like that. But
yeah,
I
understand.
It's kind of like how the Graybeard does. They have their computer up, and
I like how they do it.
Pat is that
you talking about Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick's messaging back and forth to the people.
No, I love it. As I say, the way Graybeard does this podcast is awesome. I love their setup. Everything's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have to get back out there soon. Hit up Jim. Shout out Jim and the Graybeard podcast, and Patrick as well. Awesome people.
Definitely. And then that's the goal. Hopefully we'll get our own house where like they do have their own area.
I love their setup. I think it's a badass. It's a very professional setup.
Exactly.
But did you want to switch over to the Would You Rather segment, or do you want to do top 3 segment first?
Let's do Would You Rather first.
Okay. Do you want me to go first or you?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because we were talking about my birthday, and mine's kind of birthday related.
That's fine. Go right ahead.
Just because, my mind's on my birthday. So, Mike, Would You Rather is, would you rather have any and all food you want for your birthday every year? So all day, you can go eat whatever you want. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about money or anything. You want Dunkin' Donuts, you go get Dunkin' Donuts. You want anything.
Okay.
All day. Or have your birthday wish come true every year. Like when you blow out your candles, everyone says make a wish. That wish. Would you rather that or eat any food, all food, every day?
I think that's a particularly easy one. I would say my wish.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you can wish for anything.
That is true.
Literally anything. You know what I mean? Wish for something and you can make it come true every year.
Every year?
That'd be fucking sweet. You know what I mean?
That is true.
I think that would be the one, 100%.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Every so often, so obviously I watch the random videos on Facebook and everything. So I've seen variations or like, fake stories where variations are like, okay, you wished for this from the genie and the genie made it happen, but it also caused this ripple effect over here.
Yeah, but like the genie effect kind of thing is like, they like you have to be specific. You have to be like very oddly like to the nano part of it, like specific of it.
Right. So for my would you rather, I was like, yeah, that's not going to play a factor in this question.
No, I understand. Okay.
I agree with you. Having the one wish you make come true.
So my would you rather question, let me see here. I got it saved in my phone. This is one I was thinking about. Would you rather have a perfect memory or be able to forget anything you wanted at will?
Huh. That's an interesting question.
Because both are useful in a way.
Yeah. So perfect memory or... So like if something happens to you and you're like, I want to forget that, you just snap of a finger, it's gone. Mm-hmm. You'll never remember it. You can't like bring it back, obviously, because you don't remember it.
Yeah. Or you have like a photographic memory.
I think I'd rather have a photographic memory.
Okay. Why?
Because there's so many good uses for it.
I mean, like in school would be awesome.
In school and everything, for a job. Yeah. I have a client right now who said she had almost a perfect memory, had just gotten her dream job. Obviously, there's a case ongoing, so there's stuff with that. But I think that would be pretty cool. And obviously, life has so many factors already that can make you forget things. Like, you know, as you get older, you get Alzheimer's, things like that. So I think having a perfect memory would be my option.
Yeah, like I think that's good, but I've also thought of like, you know, like at night, you ever have like a random memory pop up in your head? You're like, ooh, that was weird. Why did I say that to that person? Or why did I act that way? You know what I mean? Like things that are like really embarrassing to yourself.
Yeah, that is true.
Even though if it was like 20 years ago, no one's thinking about that anymore. You know what I mean?
And do you think like with having a photographic memory, like there's so much in your head?
Yeah.
Do you think that still happens? Like,
well, you know what I mean? So like one thing I would think about is like, you know, like, there's a couple things like, you know, like the death of someone, not saying you ever forget it, but like it's always there. You always have that feeling, so that would hurt. Or, you know, just like a rough part of your life, you know, remembering every second of it.
That is true.
But also, I feel like, you know, your memories and the stuff that you've done in your past are what make you who you are today, kind of thing as well. So,
yeah,
you know, I feel like memories aren't bad to have. It's also just kind of a reminder of yourself. You
Plus, if you have the power to forget everything bad that happened to you, it's like you said, they shape you and it's like it makes you who you are. Like, would you just be so oblivious to bad things happening in the world?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So you would agree and choose the perfect memory?
I don't know, really. I feel like, I mean, the photographic memory I think would be a good one. I don't think that's a bad thing to have. You know, it's very helpful in life. And obviously, yeah, I would probably say more of the photographic memory if like I'm thinking about it. Because as you said, you forget everything. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not really the best thing for you as a person.
Because obviously, if someone chooses that, they're going to forget everything bad. No one wants to have bad memories.
No. Nobody wants to have that. And but like as we were saying, you know, it shapes you as a person, you know, helps you remember what to do next time.
Yeah.
You know, if you've fucked up one time or like, you know, me fucked up a couple times in life, it still helps you remember what not to do on the next time either that, you know, event arises or similar situation kind of thing.
Between what right and wrong type stuff. Yeah.
No.
I agree with you.
I agree. I like that.
Okay.
Did you like my would you rather question?
Yeah, that was interesting.
It's a little thought provoking on that one.
It was. I agree. Yeah.
You like that?
But you always have the weird thought provoking.
I like the thought provoking ones. I think they're like good ones that you can like speak out about, you know, talk about the different sides and why.
I agree. Mine are pretty basic. Like mine are very average, but they're every so often I get a really good one in there.
We have a cat off the edge of the set you can't see right now. He's showing us his belly and scratching his ears.
Yeah.
Being an orange man, the boy.
Yeah, and you guys don't get to see him very often on the YouTube because whenever we have a guest, we have to put him away. But
yeah,
every so often, these Sunday hangouts, he makes an appearance.
He likes to pop up every so often. Just depends on the day, you know. Yeah. He's our little tiger, so he likes to go around and mess around with stuff sometimes.
That is true, yes. I was trying, since you weren't feeling well, I was trying to trim his nails myself today. It was not going very well because I was trying to, you know, bribe him with one of those squeeze puree
treat things.
And he loves them so much that he was just like all up in my face. I couldn't hold it and his paw and clip the nails. It was a mess, but I got what I could. So
it's a struggle. It's a struggle, fam. Like I said, whenever I go down, it's an issue. Like I said, it was bad yesterday, but I feel like I said, I feel a lot better today. Still off, but just not as bad as I was yesterday, thankfully.
Yep. So we'll just keep progressing.
Yes.
So I offered to go get you medicine today, and you said you were fine. So.
I'm okay. Like I said, I'm just more stuffed up than anything now. Like I said yesterday, I just freaking sucked. Like I was having chills and just freaking, you know, sweating to death and everything. It was tough. It was a tough day yesterday.
Yes.
But I'm okay. I'll survive.
You'll survive.
And then we're going to switch over to our top 3 segment of the podcast.
Yes.
This is always an interesting one to talk about. So today's top 3 segment is top 3 weird things your significant other does.
Or, you know, your best friend, someone very like close to you.
Someone close, you know, friend, significant other, family member, whatever you want to say. If there are weird tendencies, put it in the comments down below. We always love to see whatever, you know, whenever we put one of these things out there, see of what other stuff people are doing that's weird, or, maybe there's something similar that, my wife does that your girlfriend or best friend or someone close to you does. So,
well, we already figured out the hair thing is every girl does that. So.
People were mad at me about that thing. Oh, you never talked to a woman before. Hey,
oh my gosh, that was so funny.
I was reading those comments. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was just like, I go through your profile and don't see a single girl on your profile. Like, that's interesting.
Yes. So, weird things. Obviously, we talk about how weird each other are. Are,
whatever you want to say.
Often, yeah.
These are things that, that we've noticed over the years.
Yes.
Would you like me to go first on this one?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay.
I
have good ones. I have really good ones. So, top 3 weird things your significant other or friend or someone that does. For number 3, I'm going to say for Shannon, she eats like a child. If there are onions,
weird.
If there are onions or any kind of, vegetable, like chopped up small, you wouldn't even notice they were in there kind of thing, she won't eat it. She eats ramen frequently. That's
many adults eat ramen.
She got to the point where she was eating ramen so often that she got sick.
We don't know that is what caused it.
And then she's slowed down and is doing better now.
And yes, I'm very good about it.
Number 2 is something weird. Now that your arms are healed up, you don't need it as often. But number 2, you don't use a purse often. I think that's a weird thing about you. A lot of girls usually have a purse, like a big purse that they throw all their stuff into, and then
100%.
And you like to carry your wallet and your phone and all that stuff for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, so I like small purses. I have no idea what to put in a purse because I don't do makeup like other girls do, so I don't need to touch up my makeup and have extra eyeliner and all that in my purse. I don't need a brush in my purse. Like, every time I carry a purse, I'm looking around the house like, ooh, what can I put in here to make it full?
And then my number 1, this is one that people are going to be like, what the fuck? My number 1 is she color codes her clothes and her hangers in her closet. So she literally, like, every color is in a specific spot. The hangers mean a certain thing for certain clothing and all that stuff as well. So that's my number 1.
It's just the hangers.
No, you color code your clothes as well.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you do.
I color code the hangers, and I divide my clothes by like what they are
and colors,
and that's what decides what color hanger they have.
It'll be like white, and then there'll be blues, then there'll be miscellaneous.
No.
And
it's just the hangers. It's just the hangers, and I'm sure there's many other girls who have done this before as well.
You hear how she's getting defensive, y'all?
Whatever. I have tried to do Connor's, and he's so just like he'll pull his shirt off, and the hangers go flying off the hook, or they go. It's just. I look in the closet the next day and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I'm always on the run. I'm always moving and grooving, doing something.
You are. Yes. Okay.
So number 3, eats like a child. Number 2, doesn't use a purse often. And number 1, color codes her clothes and hangers. All right.
Okay.
What are your top 3 things?
So my top 3 things, my number 3 was that you check all the doors twice before you leave the house. Because literally, like, you'll start in the bedroom after you put your shoes on and you get your jacket and everything. You start in there. And I know you look at the doors and you come out, you check over here, check the light, the kitchen doors, and we're about to walk to the hallway. And you're like, oh, walking back in the bedroom, checking the doors again.
I have OCD because I don't want copper getting into our trash cans.
Okay. So, number 2 is that you think all water tastes the same. That is so weird, and we've heard all podcast people agree with us already.
It's not my fault that they're wrong.
Everyone can't be wrong, and you be the only right person.
Yeah, it's very much possible.
Nope.
Yep.
And then number 1 was when you try to... I don't know what to call it. You mouth my nose or my chin.
What are you talking about? I would never do such a thing.
Because at first I was like, he's not trying to eat it. You just put your mouth, like, we'll be hugging or something, and you'll lean back, open your mouth, and just put it, like, right over my nose or over my chin. And you're just like, let me eat your chin.
I don't eat your chin. I just try to love on you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not eating it, but you just put your mouth over it.
I'm just trying to love you.
So you mouth my nose or chin. And I do have an honorable mention as well. I was just going to say your cuteness aggression.
In what ways? What are you talking about?
I
would never be aggressive.
It's your cuteness aggression itself, like the acts you do are what is weird. Because you just like, you start acting like a child. You're like, I'm going to get you. And you just like, I don't know, you start tickling, you, even if it's copper, you just like will start grabbing.
I'm sorry that I love so hard.
There's no problem with it. It's just weird.
I try to love my wife and I love my cat, and apparently it's an issue.
We love it.
I'm weird,
your
apparently.
Cuteness aggression is just, it is funny in the moment, and it's not normal, so it's weird.
I don't think it's weird. I just think I just try to love you and the cat.
Yep. So number 3 is you check all the doors. Number 2, you think all water tastes the same. Number 1, the mouthing my nose and chin.
I just try to love you.
I didn't know if that classified as cuteness aggression or not. So.
I think it's cuteness aggression. I like it. I like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I just try to love you. That's all. In water, all water does taste the same.
It does not.
I'll stand on that.
No.
All you YouTube motherfuckers who try to say I'm wrong, you're liars.
All water does not taste the same.
And when it comes to water, as I've said in the past, it means water bottles and like filtered water.
Still doesn't taste the same.
It all tastes the same. It's all the same.
No.
It's fine. You don't have to agree with me. You're wrong, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm always right.
No. I disagree.
But yes, tell us anything weird, or if your significant others or friends or family do the same weird things.
Let us know. Definitely put it in the comments down below. We're always interested to see. Mm-hmm. Everybody's relationships are different. Some people are a little more weird. We're definitely on the weirder side when it comes to relationship stuff.
100%. Yeah.
We just, we're just weirdos.
There's nothing wrong with it, though. We're fun.
Well, I think we're fun. You know what I mean? We don't do this in public either. This is more behind closed doors that we do our stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good. We don't scare anyone off.
No, we do not. We do not scare anybody off. That would be, can you imagine us in Publix? Or in freaking Target just doing this?
That would be awful. Nope.
We have fun.
We do have fun.
I have a video of us like pushing each other as we're walking down the hallways of Walmart and shit.
Yeah, you try and push me into the freaking shelves, and
you're making it sound like a freaking linebacker throw your ass.
He squats down, shoulder lean down, puts all his fours.
I don't squat down. You're just little, so I have to get you. But this is also the same chick that will try to take me out by my knees. She tries to hip check me, and
while you can squat down, I can't make myself bigger.
Since I'm so tall compared to her, whenever she tries to like hip check me, it doesn't hit me in the hip. It hits me dead in my freaking knees, basically.
I can't make myself bigger. I'm sorry.
She tries to take me out by the knees. And
you accepted that.
A season-ending injury.
By accepting me, you accepted that. I'm short.
Shannon's trying to put me on IR for 6 to 8 months. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. IR from what?
Life.
No.
From freaking life in general.
You can go to class and be fine.
Yeah, not my job. I need to be able to walk to do my job.
You'll be fine.
No.
You'll still be able to walk.
Okay. Do you have anything else to tell the people for this week?
No, I think, I'm excited for my birthday. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I wanted to go golfing, but it's going to be cold, and I don't want to be cold on my birthday. So.
And I feel like this, after last time going cold golfing, I'm not going to be doing that until, I guess, warmer weather again. That was feel like death.
So if you have any ideas of birthday fun things to do in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, let me know. Give me some ideas. Other than that, I'm, ready for it to be warm again. I don't like being cold.
If people want to get you something, we should.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I, put my Venmo in the link or something.
If you guys want to buy us something, you know what I mean? Buy Shannon a good little Christmas or birthday gift or something like that, let me know.
And then your birthday's next month, so.
Hey, I'm always happy. You know, I like 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses. If anybody wants to purchase those for us.
That would work out. Yeah, that'd be great.
I say, if you guys love the podcast that much that, you know, I'll literally sponsor it off of the person. I'll have your face on the walls, whatever you need. I got you.
Give you a whole 30-second ad, something. Who knows?
We'll give you a whole spot. But no, like I said, every week, y'all, we're going to make this one a little bit of a shorter one. You know, still feeling a little rough here, but we wanted to make sure we still came out and put something out there for you guys. We, like we said, we always appreciate the love, support, and everything you guys are doing. Make sure you guys give us a like, subscribe, a follow on all of our social media platforms. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube channel. It's going to be Who Are You Podcast. You guys will be able to find us on there. And also, if you guys feel like you'd be a good fit for the show and, you know, you have a story that needs to be told, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, an artist in any way, shape, or form, and you feel like you'd fit good, make sure you guys either hit us up on the social media through DM or you can email me. It's going to be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com, and maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. You got any final words to say for this week's episode?
Everyone stay warm out there if you're on the East Coast. Everyone stay safe if you're on the West Coast. And, you know, thanks for tuning in every week, guys.
That's right. Thank you guys for checking us out. And as we say every week, y'all, thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week.